Hello and welcome to my channel. My name's Annette. My channel's named Annette of Stitches. I just wanted to, I haven't done a video in a while, and I just wanted to show you some stuff that I started working on and some stuff I was going to try and get done today. So I'm starting a quilt. It's called Hearts at Home. It's by Chelsea Stratton. I got her, I found out about this pattern from Rachel of Stitches. No, Stitching with Rachel. And she did a quilt in this, and she did it with pretty much this colorway of pinks and reds. And so I really liked it. I like hearts and I like pink. So pink's one of my favorite colors. So this is the choices that I made. So I know I'm probably not supposed to show the pattern because it was a purchase, but I can show you. So the finished square will be a 16.5-inch block. So you're gonna do lights on the outer, mediums, and then some lighter medium ones here, and then some dark colors, the dark colors you choose. So these two will be on the right side of the block. So the lighter ones will be on the very outer. These ones will be on the next layer. And then the dark reds will be on the left side of the outer, and then the darker pinks, the lighter reds, sorry. So and I don't like the way hearts look on a quilt, the way the edges are so sharp. See how they're like, to me it's like cut off. It's not a perfectly round heart, a curved heart. So I'm going to attempt to sew it in. So I've tried to look up videos that show me, that could teach me how to do this, but I cannot find not even one video. The only thing I can find is like the Drunkard Path quilt patterns, and the wedding ring, or double wedding ring. Those have curves in them. So I don't know. I'll let you, I'm gonna film me working on it, so just look out for that video of me doing that. So just wanted to show you that, and that pattern. I don't know if I said Etsy. If it is, I got that pattern on Etsy. Chelsea Stratton. And then I wanted to just show you making some Valentine shirts for work, or for anything, but I wear t-shirts at work, so, and I have to be extra, so I'm blinging them out. I just did this one as a trial run, just to make sure I didn't have too many errors when I'm videoing. But anyway, so this is the one I just did, and I'm going to do another one right now. So I got these on Amazon. You just look up rhinestone iron-on, and they have different designs, all kinds. I got Valentine's because it's almost Valentine's. So, and they're not really good. They're very cheap. So I got several of them, and for some girls at work that wanted some also. So they range from like $7 to, I think the most was like $15. This one I think was like in the 10-ish range. And it's real easy. It comes with the instructions. tells you how to do it. I'm using my Cricut iron press. I'm using my Cricut press. It can set the temperature and the seconds. So it says for 338 Fahrenheit, mine, it only goes by fives. So I put it at 340, and I did that one and it came out fine. But if you don't have any kind of press, you can use an iron. There's instructions for an iron as well. So I got my shirt at Michael's. And I'm just gonna do it a quick little iron. Oh no, it doesn't even need it. No, I don't think it needs it. Make sure you do a lint roller, get all the lint off, especially if you're doing a vinyl iron transfer. I get those. I've gotten those as well. I do badge reels, and the badge reel where I get my badge to make my badges, the supplies I need for them. They do vinyl also on some of them. There's websites that I saw. Sorry, I can't remember the name of a website, but you can find them. They're really super easy to do. It at first you're kind of scared to get them and be like, well, what if it doesn't come out right? But they're very reasonably priced and easy to do. So these are some templates I bought from Amazon as well. These just help you line up so you can know where to put it. I use this for my embroidery too. When I do embroidery, you know exactly where to put it on the shirt, because I've eyeballed some and yeah, they did not come out well. So this, you just put it, you find the center of the shirt. This one came with it. I can barely see it right here. And you just put it up to the neckline. And these, I'm gonna mark it because a minute ago when I did that one, it stuck to the plastic, and this is a fabric safe pencil. It's water soluble, so when I wash it, it'll just wash off. And I see my mark right here. Just make sure I saw that. And I'm gonna measure it to make sure. So it's about 2 1/4 on that side. And so 3 1/4. Okay, there. That's centered. So here. And then they have all different for, so this is an adult front. They have children front. And they have for V-neck, a V-neck front. They have for the back as well, a child back, a youth front. So they have for everybody. And these are very, very helpful. Okay, so now I'm going to just peel this off. The rhinestones stay on the clear one, on the clear part, because it's sticky. And just be a little gentle, not super gentle, but a minute ago when I left the template to measure for the measurement, it stuck to it, and then some of the gems moved, some of the rhinestones moved. That's why I didn't do it this time. Okay. So I'm going to eyeball it, and so what I'm looking at is just that it's in the center here. My marks are right here, so it has where the template told me to put it at, and then just trying to eyeball it to be in the center. And then, so this is set for 10 seconds. So 340 for 10 seconds. And you just put it on there, put it to start, and I put all my weight on it. Right. And then just check to make sure that you have to peel it immediately. You don't wait for it to cool down. Yeah, so looks like it's gonna do a good job. And just be careful. It is hot, a little hot, but it's not burning me, so. All right. And then I did some of these a couple of years ago, and it said to turn it inside out and do it inside out. These instructions don't say that, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And then I'll just do it for another 10 seconds. Just to make sure those rhinestones stay intact. And the ones I did like 2 years ago, I did some Christmas ones, and they stayed on there fine, and they stayed on there fine through. I've washed them several times, and they still are on there. So this is really a very affordable way to do this. Just let it cool down just a bit. awesome, beautiful, and affordable. The shirt cost me like $2.99. We're on special, and the rhinestone was $10, so not even $15 for a beautiful shirt. All right, so we talked about the quilt I'm gonna be doing, which I'll have a video out for that. I explained the templates, that, and so the big thing, the whole reason why some people are here is because of my thumbnail. So let me grab that, my purchase. So I made a purchase on there's some YouTube brothers. They have it's called Sewya, S-E-W, yeah. They're 3 brothers. They own a quilt shop in Las Vegas, Nevada, and they sell fabric online. And the way they do it is they do lives, and they show the items, and they have the number, and they tell you how much it is, and if you want it, you put in just the number that they're putting there, and you have to give them your information. There's a little video on their lives. There's a video that shows how to start the process if you've never purchased from them before. So you have to give them your phone number and your email and your YouTube name, and then they just email you the invoice of the stuff that you say you wanted. Well, I had seen it, like, not really paid attention to it. I had seen it and didn't stay looking at the live, and to tell you the truth, I've seen their videos, like when they were like making quilts and stuff, and this might be wrong, but since they were guys, I just didn't really feel like, I don't know, like, how can a guy know how to quilt, right? I'm not trying to offend anybody, but it just so I started, because I'm so burnt out on watching videos and stuff and everything, so I didn't know what to watch. So it came up, their live came up, and they were doing a 12-hour live, and so I started watching it, and I got hooked on it. And so there's people that order stuff, and then they never pay for their invoice. But if you do that, then you can't do it again. They won't let you do the lives anymore. If you put in that you want to purchase these items and then you don't do it, then they'll like block you, I guess, from being able to purchase anything. So I was watching it, and they had an auction. So people order things, and they don't pay for them. So they were auctioning off other boxes that people had wanted but never purchased them. They never paid their invoice. So they were auctioning them off. So what it came across, so there was this box, the box I'm going to show you, and it was for $750, something like that. So, and the auction started off at $100. So I'm just watching the live, and then what got me was they said that Lori Holt is a very well-known quilter, and she has her own fabric line. She's an excellent quilter, and they said that they had there was some Lori Holt chunky thread in there, and that's what got me. Because if you've seen one of my first videos, I showed the things I'm working on. So Sashiko is one of the things I'm working on, and they said chunky thread. So that's pretty much what you use for Sashiko. You use really thick thread. Well, you use Sashiko thread, which is really thick. And so I was like, oh my God, Lori Holt and this thick thread. And I was like, okay, so I was like, should I bid on it? Should I bid on it? Should I bid on it? It was already like at $500, like $520. And I was like, you know, that's ridiculous. Like, for one, I shouldn't be spending that kind of money on fabric and stuff. And and then it came down to the wire. And so they're like, okay, one last call, you know, going once, going twice. And I put $550. And I was like, somebody else will get it. Somebody else will outbid me, you know. It just, oh my God. So I got it. I won it. I won the auction for that box. And instantly I was total regret. I was like, oh my God, what have I just done? So I didn't tell my husband for a while. I was like, I was so nervous. Not just because it's a lot of money, $550. It's a lot of money. And then I don't even know what's in the box. They tell you the items that are in there, but you don't know like what style they are or anything. They said they had two of the complete line of the Lori Holt, the chunky thread. Two packages of it. And but they tell you, you know, other things it has in there. It has like a quilt kit, and I don't even remember what else it has in it. And so I was like, oh my God. So I know my husband wouldn't divorce me for that, like the thumbnail says, but I don't know, I was in shock. Needless to say, I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe this just happened. But anyway, so I got this box a couple weeks ago, but I haven't opened it because I wanted to do a video to open it, a box opening on here. Yeah, but it's kind of funny now. But okay, so we can see what's in this mystery box that I paid $550 for, that is worth $760 or something. I don't know, over $700 it was worth. So let me grab it. Okay, so this is it. And doesn't look like there's $700 worth of stuff in here, but we're gonna find out together what the purchase was. All right, here we go. Drum roll. And I think I ordered something else that night too, like before I had ordered this, or maybe it had $773. That's what it is. $773 is what this was. If the person would have purchased it, that's what they would have had to pay. So it looks like there's a two-piece mini tool screwdriver set, red and green. A kit, letters from home. So that's probably fabric line, letters from home. The chunky thread. So it's a 55 pack, two 55 packs. They're $350. Those chunky packs. The chunky thread. And then 1 yard of soft and stable. So soft and stable is like it's a stabilizer. And they were doing a live yesterday, and I looked at it, and they were selling that, and I think it's like heat and bond. So you put it on stuff to like to stay in place till you can embroider it or sew over it just to keep it there. But I didn't tell you also. So the funny thing about it now, I can laugh about it now that it's already done and over with, is that the chunky thread is not chunky thread. It's yarn. So because after I did my little purchase, I looked it up. I looked up the chunky thread, Lori Holt chunky thread, and it looked like yarn. I'm like, this looks like yarn. So I text them the next day, because that's how you communicate with them, is I text them, and they I was like, if this is, because they said on the live, he said this is for embroidery. The chunky thread is for embroidery, for hand embroidering. And so I was like, my sashiko. And when I looked it up, it was yarn. And then I texted them the next day, and I was like, on there it says, on the internet I looked it up, and it looks like yarn. And on the live you said it was for hand embroidery, which the sashiko is Japanese embroidery. And the response I got was kind of rude, but because he's like, hey, and he said it is embroidery, it is for embroidery. But I didn't want to be blacklisted from their company, because now that I've seen lives, and they carry all lines of fabric, and so I was like, I didn't want to be blacklisted, so I was like, so I'm gonna pay for it. And since then I have bought from them several times, like 3 more times, which I have not received their stuff, because when they did this 12-hour live, they got so backed up on their shipping. Like even this was like a good 2 weeks ago, I want to say. Let me see. Yeah, so it says from January 13th. That was probably when the label was created. So that's what, like 2 weeks ago? Is it only 2 weeks? No, it must have been longer than that. Anyway, so and I have not received their stuff, but when I'm on the live, there's people in the chat are like, when am I gonna get my stuff? When am I gonna get my stuff? I had gotten my box already, but there's other stuff I ordered. Like I ordered some Valentine fabric, like a line of one, and so I was hoping to receive it so I could do it for this the quilt I'm working on now. But I didn't get it in time. Well, it's supposed to be here Wednesday. I could always add to it or change it, whatever I needed on here. But yeah. So I really, and now I've watched their videos. I've watched their quilting videos, and they are so full of knowledge. I don't know. I really like them. They really know what they're doing. Even though I judged them from the beginning that, I just didn't feel comfortable seeing a guy do quilts. But they are hilarious, like just the commentary during the lives. Yeah, you should watch it. Or maybe you shouldn't. I don't know. Because it's so easy to just be like, yeah, I want that, and I want that, and I want that. And then when you get the invoice, you're like, did I really say I wanted all that? And then watch if you buy something from a mystery box, the auction, make sure you know what's in there. Yeah. So I probably won't be buying I shouldn't say probably won't, because I probably would. I probably do it again. But anyway, so let's do this. Let's see what's in here. All right. So this is the what is it called? The soft and stable. So it's like foam. So you can use this to make bags and purses, and actually I needed some of this. I wanted to buy some, but they didn't have any at Walmart the other day. Good thing, because I had already bought some. Didn't even know. All right, so there's that. And then this is the chunky thread. We'll just call it yarn, because that's what it is yarn. See, it says right here. Here it says chunky threads. Chunky threads. Oh, it is like thread. Look. Well, it's like, it is, but it isn't. I think it's too thick for my sashiko. But it's 100% cotton, so you could make I could crochet with these. It's not gonna go to waste. It's definitely, and this is her 2 times 2 of the whole line, like all the colors are in here. So I'll just pull these out little by little, so everybody can see what's in here. And they were selling these on the live yesterday, because they're like trying to get rid of this. I guess because it's been around for a little bit, so they're trying to sell the whole line that they have. And I was like, well, if I would have opened my box and I knew what I was gonna make with it, maybe I could buy more of a certain color that was in there. Of course, pinks are my favorite. And I'm thinking, I wonder if I could use this for the sashiko, but I think it's too thick. I'm sure I'll find something to do with it. I crochet, and like I tell you, you could even make bags with this with 100% cotton. And it just keeps going and going. I won't bore you guys with all of my goofiness, silliness that I did. But yeah, this is it. All right, and then this is the kit. So letters from home. So it's a Riley Blake design. So everything in here is to make this. So it's the panel. That center part is a panel. I shouldn't be saying anything unless I really look, but I'm assuming it's a panel. It's in a really nice box. So it comes with the pattern. And here's the center, the panel. that will cut. You can cut these out. These are more panel stuff. Oh, so it's for the corners. So you cut these out and put them in the corners. Alright. And then, so this is for the border around the panel. It's this one. And this goes around that border. And then this one is for the very outer border. All right. And then there's one more thing in here. Remember I told you I thought there was something else I had purchased. So this is the Lori Holt line as well. So these are fat quarters. So a fat quarter is just a part of the, so it's from the whole edge of the fabric, so it's halfway. And that's what a fat quarter is. So these are just, it's really pretty. Yeah, so my husband was not furious with me after now he just makes fun of me when I'm watching a live. He's like, I think you need to turn that off. But I see it as a business expense. I really want to get my YouTube channel going, and maybe someday I'll be able to just do it as a tax write-off, the stuff I need to purchase to make a video. And then they're gonna have another live in February. I don't know if it'll be a 12-hour live, but in those lives they give away sewing machines. Well, so if you make a purchase, then you get a ticket. So everybody pray that I want a sewing machine, because I really want a digital sewing machine. One that'll tell me when my bobbin is out, because that is so frustrating when your bobbin runs out. So annoying. Yeah, so stay tuned for that. I'm gonna win a sewing machine. Let's manifest it. All right, well, that's it for today. I'll be making that video of the quilt. Probably won't be out for a while. This is the first quilt I'm making. I've never made it. I started a quilt. It's called the Exploding Heart, and I never got back to it because my daughter wanted a pillow quilt, a puff pillow quilt. So I did that for her. And then my husband, I see too many. I watch too many videos, and then I see blankets that I want to make, and then I show my family, and then they're, oh, I want one. So then what I want to do for me gets put on the back burner. But this quilt I just showed you, the one from Chelsea Stanton, Hearts at Home. I'm not going to start anything else till I finish this. So we'll see how long it takes me. My sashiko I've kind of quit doing too, because I did a rag quilt for my husband that I'm so close to finishing. Once I finish that, then I'll put that video out of me making that. And I also want to make I bought a Valentine's little banner embroidery pattern from the Little Green Bean. So I'll put a video out on that. Yeah. Well, thanks for sticking with me through this whole video and knowing that my husband didn't divorce me. And we'll see you soon. Bye.